You know what? Y'all got me fucked up. Okay, it's bad enough. Okay, I've been trying to gather all this information and see what the fuck is going on. But now my shit messing up. You know, it's hard to go live and do shit. But whenever I report about the messy shit, everything works smooth, nothing but smooth sailing tonight. It's all smooth sailing. Okay, what the fuck? What the hell? Anyway, yeah, if you tuned in, we finna get into it. I'm your humble host, Mr. Max. Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down. We finna do some exposing. Did he do it? The diddler. Hey, did it. He ain't getting out. No time soon. Okay. And we're gonna talk about it. Now I got updates to speak on. Ali Carter situation. What else? A lot of interviews from past security, Gene Deal, more. Shit, interview from past castmates making the band and more. We finna tune into that, okay? And we finna do some exposing. We gonna go back down memory lane. You feel me? On what we can uncover. Oh, I also got some Ray J clips. Ray J gonna keep on telling on himself. Y'all gotta wait for me to upload though. But Ray J can't get no matter where he go, he gonna always keep telling on himself. We gonna tune into that too. But until then, like, comment, subscribe. I'm your humble host, Mr. Mask. We finna get.
Welcome to MrMaskTV, your go-to YouTube channel. Join us for exciting content. Support us with your donations. CashApp MrMaskTV. Every bit helps us grow. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. At MrMaskTV, we create entertaining videos. From reviews to challenges, there's something for everyone. Join our community today. Your support makes a difference. Help us reach new heights. Why choose MrMaskTV? We offer unique content, engaging, fun, and informative. Join our growing family. Your support fuels our passion. Together, we can achieve more. Ready to join us? Visit MrMaskTV on YouTube. Subscribe for the latest updates. Donate to the Cash App MrMaskTV. To support, connect with us on social media. Your voice matters to us. Let's create amazing memories together.
And like that, we are back, okay? I need my background music on. Y'all, why y'all ain't be telling me and shit? My other one, they be trying to copyright me and shit. With my own shit I made, ain't that something? I gotta fix that shit. But it's alright. I got some backup, you feel me? Now, okay, back to the Diddy trial. The Diddy trial situation. Before we even go there, I'm gonna speak on it because Ali Carter done came out. Y'all said she was hiding. Y'all was worried where she was at. Well, guess what? She's speaking now. See her. And she ain't hiding from the diddler. She ain't hiding from none of them.
I've recently come to learn that a lot of founders and marketers don't quite know how to look up the competitors' marketing strategies.
Okay. So let's tune in to what Ali Carter is saying. And y'all be sure to hit that like. Comment your thoughts on what you think. Come on.
My name is Binit Patel, and I am an alumni of Coding Temple. So I was working...
all these ads.
hold on. There she is.
Nobody else worry about her.
All right, we don't have long again, so
Everybody worried about Alex.
thank you for screen recording this. So I'm gonna, if you are a 90 that has been following us for a while, and you can help some people who are trying to catch up. There's so many rumors, AI is getting out of control. There's so many people muddying the message of the truth, not just for us, but about the children. So if you can help us with the information, if you know the real information, we appreciate you, and we know where the real ones are. So we ain't gotta get into all that. Hi, we alive. So that rumor could go out the window. I'm not missing. I'm missing to the people who are on social media. There are 44 people who know where we are every day at every single second. God forbid we take our last breath, they know where we're at. If we don't answer these phones in a matter of time, then all hell will break loose. You will know if we are dead.
Damn.
Trust me.
You heard what she said.
People won't sit quiet. Will you?
No.
So many other heroes will tell you. They won't.
Now I'm starting to wonder, is Alex going to speak at the Diddy Trial? Is she going to come up to the Diddy Trial and speak? Mighty strange.
You'll know where the real ones are. You'll know where the insurance holders are. Nobody's gonna hold on to a dead man switch if we're not here anymore. Okay, so let's talk for a second. I'm gonna shut comments off because I need you to stay with me. Okay, and then I'll turn them back on in just a second. Somebody told me I need glasses. I know, okay, I do have glasses. I know I can't see, but we were just moving and I got all kind of dirt all over me, so it was just not a good idea right now. It's just been raining, okay? A small place in the middle of the desert. That place, there was a sign down the street that said something about an adult dance class. I walked in and they asked me to stay and help. I said, no, I can't do that. I called angels out of, they flew from all four corners. People came out and said, if this is what you want to do, and if this is what's going to bring you peace for a second, to be able to volunteer your time to work with children for 6 weeks, we'll be right there while you do it. So they came and stood watch, right? The studio owner knew, everybody knew, pretty much. Okay, in that time we were still raising awareness for child trafficking, but through art, through dance. You guys know about that house because the Black Panthers paid content creators to dox the house that you just seen, 6616 Valley Avenue. That's what you just seen. I'll tell you. You know I'll tell you. Just like I told you before that my former name was Tori Tashina Outlaw. That bitch is dead. She's dead. They killed her. Another story for another day. We don't have that much time, okay? So, we had this little place, and then we put a little bit of our stuff in there. We kept our heads down. Around September 2024, Sean Combs, P. Diddy, got arrested. Right around that time, the Black Panthers, people that work with Sean Combs, and you're seeing it all over the place. You already know what I'm talking about. But many people doxed the home, put out the address, put out the studio, paid content creators. And what's funny is the content creators that they paid some are child advocates, and the rest of them have children of their own or work with special needs children. Somebody needs to check on that. Anywho, they paid to dox the house. Now, we weren't there for that long, so of course we had to get up, move right out of the way. We had already known that something was going on, so we got up and moved out of the way.
Creators looking for an edge over the competition? Get 50% off.
They won't. You'll know
back.
where the real
This is
ones are.
serious.
You'll
This
know
is serious.
where the insurance holders are. Nobody's gonna hold on to a dead man switch if we're not here anymore. Okay, so let's talk for a second. I'm gonna shut comments off because I need you to stay with me. Okay, and then I'll turn them back on in just a second. And somebody told me I need glasses. I know. Okay, I do have glasses. I know I can't see, but we were just moving and I got all kind of dirt all over me, so it was just not a good idea right now. It's just been raining. Okay, a small place in the middle of the desert. That place, there was a sign down the street that said something about an adult dance class. I walked in and they asked me to stay and help. I said no, I can't do that. I called angels out of, they flew from all four corners. People came out and said, if this is what you want to do, and if this is what's going to bring you peace for a second, to be able to volunteer your time to work with children for 6 weeks, we'll be right there while you do it. So they came and stood watch, right? The studio owner knew, everybody knew pretty much. Okay, in that time we were still raising awareness for child trafficking, but through art, through dance. You guys know about that house because the Black Panthers paid content creators to dox the house that you just seen, 6616 Valley Avenue. That's what you just seen. I'll tell you. You know I'll tell you. Just like I told you before that my former name was Tori Tashina Outlaw. That bitch is dead. She's dead. They killed her. Another story for another day. We don't have that much time, okay? So, we had this little place, and then we put a little bit of our stuff in there. We kept our heads down. Around September 2024, Sean Combs, P. Diddy, got arrested. Right around that time, the Black Panthers, people that work with Sean Combs, and you're seeing it all over the place, so you already know what I'm talking about. But many people doxed the home, put out the address, put out the studio, paid content creators. And what's funny is the content creators that they paid some are child advocates, and the rest of them have children of their own or work with special needs children. Somebody needs to check on that. Anywho,
and that's how they work.
They paid to dox the house. Now, we weren't there for that long, so of course we had to get up, move right out of the way. We had already known that something was going on, so we got I want to thank the Ridgecrest Police Department, China Lake Police Department. I don't usually do that because I was raped by a chief of police. I was trafficked by Freemason Brotherhood Secret Society police. I know a lot of you police officers, you're going to be like, that's not real. You know it's real. You and I both know it's real. Stop playing, okay? There's a double side to every badge. There's a double side to everything. So I want to thank China Lake Police Department, Ridgecrest Police Department, because when all of this happened, I went under the pseudonym Justice while I was in this small town. I volunteered my time as a dance teacher, as a character reading books to children. I worked with special needs kids. I worked with babies. I worked with adults, and all of these people are related to the baby.
It's always some shit when you speaking out truth. My bad, y'all. They're fucking with my shit.
They protected their children, they protected their town, and they protected their own. I talked to a detective, and turns out that I had met him already, being a dance volunteer teacher in this town, and he's like, you know what, I know all of this is noise. Keep going, you're doing what you need to do, live your life. I see all that's going on, it's noise. And I said, thank you. Okay, if you want to check that out for yourself, you can check that out, so we can stop this other rumor of we're wanted by the cops. No, we're right here. That's a rumor that's being carried.
They ain't hiding, they ain't going nowhere.
It's being carried by a Jacqueline Susie something former cat. So it's carried by that person because it's you guys can see the relation and the connection. But it's justice. While I was in this small town, I volunteered my time as we I want to thank the Ridgecrest Police Department, China Lake Police Department. I don't usually do that because I was raped by a chief of police. I was trafficked by Freemason Brotherhood Secret Society police. I know a lot of you police officers, you're going to be like, that's not real. You know it's real. You and I both know it's real. Stop playing, okay? There's a double side to every badge. There's a double side to everything. So I want to thank China Lake Police Department, Ridgecrest Police Department, because when all of this happened, I went under the pseudonym Justice while I was in this small town. I volunteered my time as a dance teacher, as a character reading books to children. I worked with special needs kids. I worked with babies. I worked with adults, and all of these people are related to the base that is in this desert. Okay, so when this all happened, the detectives and police department of this town were contacted, and I was in contact with them during this whole entire smear campaign. I want to thank you because you really kind of restored my faith in some of the police department. They protected their children, they protected their town, and they protected their own. I talked to a detective, and turns out that I had met him already, being a dance volunteer teacher in this town, and he's like, you know what, I know all of this is noise. Keep going, you're doing what you need to do, live your life. I see all that's going on, it's noise. And I said, thank you. Okay, if you want to check that out for yourself, you can check that out, so we can stop this other rumor of we're wanted by the cops. No, we're right here. That's a rumor that's being carried, and it's being carried by a Jacqueline Susie something former cat. So it's carried by that person because it's you guys can see the relation and the connection, but it's because a lot of people want to kill us. People want to murder me, torture me, take me back. I want to let you guys know that I stand 1,000%. I stand 1,000% on and behind everything that I have said to you in the past 5 years. I regret not a damn thing.
Talk your shit.
The truth doesn't change.
And it ain't changing. We see
I used to pay Midjourney monthly. Now I use this AI for a one-time cost and unlimited designs forever. Here's how.
Let's say you want to create a coloring book. All you do is type your idea, like, I want a coloring book of cute animals. And just like that, the pages are done for you.
When it's the truth. Simple as that.
You heard what she said.
I have not been subpoenaed for the Black Panther red carpet event that they are calling a Diddy Trial. They are not talking about the children whatsoever. When they start to talk about the children, call me. Because as of right now, they're not talking about the children. Pam Bondi, we're not talking about the children. You're not protecting the children. You're lying. You're protecting predators. Because I know damn well you and I and everybody else knows there are way more buyers than Diddy, Epstein, and Ghislaine. Nobody gives a shit about Epstein anymore. If he died, if he pretended to die, if he's still involved with the Mossad, if he is still involved with the government, nobody gives a fuck. It's not about that. It's about who else did he sell children to? Who are the buyers? That's what it's about. Dan Bongino that's on this case, we're still not getting down to what happened in the term of Obama's and Clinton's. But we're going to tell people that nothing happened with Epstein?
Talk your shit.
Kash Patel was put into place as the head of FBI. You fought to get to that place. I once believed you when you said you were going to uncover every damn thing when you got there. Why should a survivor have to tell you to get your shit together? You're the one who said that you would uncover the files. You're the one who said that then your people found out that they were the ones who lost the files. After they lost the files, then you come out and say that Epstein, there's no substantial evidence in the Epstein files. Who is that? What is that for you to say? First of all, release the buyers. Everybody's talking about I'm protecting the children. No, the hell you're not. You are protecting the buyers because everybody knows that that Epstein file is full. It ain't just Diddy.
It ain't.
There's 100 witnesses on this trial, and not one of them are. The prosecutor asked about where the hell are the children. Were there children? Did you see the children? What children? Do you honestly think that we're talking about what's really going on until we start talking about the children?
He was talking to his son.
That has been my entire message this whole time. I'm a very simple person. I want to go back to school. I want to live my life. I want to be left the hell alone. And if I could do that, I would be just fine. I don't need money. I don't need notoriety. Never needed a media cookie. I don't need you to know my name. What I need you to know is that I am not the only one going through this. This is not just our war. Not one time have they brought up the children. I was one of the children. So for everybody asking, why aren't I testifying yet? First of all, I was not invited. Second of all, it's a Black Panther party. Do you not see that? All of a sudden, one piece of the video of Cassie, we only have a little bit of a piece of it. But then all of a sudden, the DOJ, the Department of Justice, can release the rest of the video, and then you can see that not only did the DOJ hide that video, not only did the police officers that were called on that incident hide that video, not only did the hotel manager that now you see his face hid that video, not only did the staff on the clock around that time hid that video, Diddy had people in his pocket to make sure that that video didn't see light until now. If that's what they do, what do you think that they did to the children? If you're hearing all the stuff that's going on in this trial and you're sick to your stomach, whatever you heard, what the hell do you think that they're doing to the children? It's graduation season. If you have a child that is 18 and 19 years old, hey, can you pull over for a second? I love you. Can you pull over for a second? If you have a child that is 18 to 19 years old and just graduated, I want you to look at them and ask yourself, don't ask me, it's not for me, I don't know, who am I, right? Ask yourself, is this child old enough to make decisions that Cassie Ventura had to make at 18, 19 years old? We may only be talking about the young adults in this situation, but Cassie was 19 years old. Sean Combs' twin daughters are 18 and 19 years old. If he did this shit to Cassie, what do you think that he would do to his own daughters? And why shouldn't they know what their father is guilty of? Why shouldn't they know what they're in the middle of? Why shouldn't they know that it could be them?
They probably already know. Damn, that's crazy. Damn. Woo. Keep bringing up the Black Panther party. That's crazy. So this whole time. Wow.
It's not just Diddy. It's never been about just Diddy. And a lot of you didn't even want to touch the fact that it was Diddy. And here we are. You still don't see what's in front of you? Really? Satan is like, hey, how you doing? And everybody's like, we're fine, thank you. And then nobody can see him. He's right in your face. Hello? The officials that are supposed to be doing this, I don't want to hear you're scared. So are the children. Do you know it's been over 100 days since she said that those files, Pamela said that those files were on her desk? It's been over 100 days.
They still on her desk.
She said she was going to release them like that.
Still on her desk.
So which one was it, Pamela? You lied about that too. You said you had it on your desk. That was bullshit because it wouldn't fit. And you and I both know that.
She said it.
How many years has this been going on? How many years have we been covering this up? How many kids do you think are on those ledgers? How many buyers do you think? And in this time that they're still covering the shit up and still being quiet about it, those buyers are still buying children. And everybody's cool with it. So for those of you who are on this Diddy trial, are you on the Diddy trial for entertainment or are you on it for actual justice? Do you actually give a damn or do you need entertainment? Because the government knows that. The government knows that. They know that y'all are on this for entertainment. And they know when they get a little bit close to the kids, they're going to back everybody up and then cause it a false flag. Doesn't mean that people didn't get hurt. It doesn't mean that it wasn't real. It means that it was planned, orchestrated, made as a distraction. So you look over where? Over there, not to what you really need to be looking at. So when we start getting too close to the children on this case, it's going to get shut down. I already told you that. That's the way this goes. The justice system is rigged. I've been known that. I have many affidavits. I've sat on them. And because we went quiet for that year, I went ahead and made sure everything was sworn and done. And then I backed up and was like, wait a minute. We knew he was going to get arrested. We knew something was coming. We just didn't know when. So we backed up, put our heads down, and y'all didn't hear from us for almost a year. You remember that? That's why. My mom needs to talk to y'all. We have to go. We need to get out of this town. We are in the state of California, though. If you're in the state of California and you have counted the cost and you can help us, we might need some witnesses. Because this is going to get messy. We don't give a shit. We really don't. But saying outlaw, I got a few things to say to you, too.
But you might be in the
outlaws,
they already
predators. I got something to say. My dad is sitting right here. Not the one that you guys actually don't know of. Well, you do know of. Not that one. That's not a dad. Okay, I'm actually getting adopted soon. 1 second. Hold on. Mama. Hold on. You go. Like Ellie said earlier, we recant nothing that's been said in the last 5 years. I'm going to address some things in a couple days through a video. I don't care if you think I'm a liar. I don't care if you think I'm Allie's handler. I don't care if you think I'm her lover. I don't care if you think we're grifting. I don't care if you think she's lying. You can think whatever you want about either one of us. I don't give a fuck. We've been called so many things we really don't care. What I do care about is what you're doing about the children. Because if you get sideways about us and ignore what we're trying to tell you about the children, then the blood of the children is on your head. Pamela Bondi. It's been over 100 days. You do the math on that, we'll do the math on that in a couple of days. But there's over 2 million children that are missing in the 100 days that you've been sitting on the files. Just because Epstein died, those buyers are still buying children. That didn't stop because he died or faked his death or whatever it is. I don't give a shit what he did.
Somebody else just took over that position.
All those people on that list, on those ledgers, they're still buying children. And the more you protect them and the more you ignore it and the more you lie to the public, that shit is on you. Cash Patel, you promised transparency. I haven't seen anything transparent. If Epstein killed himself, then you need to release that to the public. Don't tell us what you think happened or what your interpretation is. Right. Release it to the public. We can figure that shit out ourselves. We're not that dumb. If you guys don't do your damn job, I'm asking you to resign and get out of the fucking way so somebody can do something for the children. And that's it and that's all.
What if the next step in your career is closer than you think? With Coursera Plus, learn from more than 325 experts.
One more thing. A few days ago was our adoption day. Yeah, so for all those other rumors, we've been called everything in the book. When you actually are dealing with real shit, you don't care. That's how it works. Pimps were not nice to me either, and neither were they to her. So, you just get used to it. I come from a place where people traded me a lot in the home of the outlaws, in the home of the predators that I started in. I would take a DNA test for so many reasons, because there's so many holes to stories. That LaCroix goblin that y'all seen not too long ago, the one who
Are you fucking kidding me? So Pac homies had taken this, his so-called homies,
who tried to kill all of her kids, who did sell her kids, who got away with so much. That was somebody who was like an incubator or a breeder for the family. Okay, so that's another thing that we're going to explain for another day, but I have all that. And if you want to know, I think an investigation should be ran on the outlaw family. An investigation, especially the ones that you see coming forward, investigations should be ran. If you need any information, I have it. Not that I trust you with it, because people are losing shit that they supposedly had for years. Not that I trust the FBI with it, because they can't hang on to shit for their lives. Okay? Not that I trust the FBI with it, because they keep swatting their own damn people. They can't even trust themselves. So, but we have it. For anybody that, if there's anyone, that's the sad part. Isn't that the sad part? Anywho, the outlaw should be investigated for so many reasons. Okay, now, the man that had a hand in creating me, I want to talk to you. I know you know who you are. Whether your name is Lassane Outlaw, whether it's the last name is Simpson. We know the last name is not Simpson. Okay, we know that. We know that, but we know the secret society that you're in wants you to believe that. All hail the brothers. Yeah, no, we don't believe that. But I do know that I met you October 5th of 2005 in Ontario Mills parking lot. And what you told me that day versus what you did versus the tattoo that I seen on your chest, Juice. Why did your 13-year-old supposed daughter that you came into my life to tell me that I'm your child because somebody paid you to? Why should I know what's tattooed on your chest? I'll tell you why. He raped me. I have the police report. We have the evidence. We have the information. How many times we gave it to Child Protective Services custody. And even then, Child Protective Services custody gave me back to him for my 16th birthday and then said, oh, we're sorry, we forgot he had a police report. No shit. No shit. That wasn't really an apology to me. That was just an apology that someone else fucked up down the line. But it wasn't last name Simpson. No, it wasn't him. I know it's not him. And I mean, features are just starting to post. Anyway, I don't like to use the word mom for women that are less than, because it's one thing to be a mother. Anybody, any female can be a mother. It takes a damn good woman to be a mom. Any man can be a father. It takes a real man to be a dad. Yeah? Okay? The ones that I come from were always trying to sell me, trade me, have sex with me, use me for whatever reason. In this 5 years, this angel, give me your hand. I'm gonna just need this real quick. Say hello. Wave. Oh, that one too. He's white. Whoa, shit. He's white too. Wait, don't go anywhere. He's white too. I know so many people are going to be upset about that, because a white man has to do what once again a black man failed to do. A white woman did what a black woman failed to do. It doesn't need to be about race. It doesn't need to be about that. But the thing is that there's so much in the black community that I'm still here because of the woman that's sitting behind me. My faith is restored. I'm moving a little bit different. I'm starting to see what a real man is and how real men exist in this world because of this man that just got out of this car. I'm getting adopted legally soon. My name is changing. I'm getting a little bit longer. And I'm so honored and proud to say that I have a dad now. And I never thought in a million years that I would call another man dad again. Ever. Because of so many reasons. Duh reasons, right? But no. I'm loved more than I could have ever imagined. I'm still alive. And this man doesn't want anything from me. He's picked up every broken part. He's picked up every piece. He's gotten to know not just me, but every single one of my alters. Well, not everyone. Still working on that. That's a whole other story for another day. But I am getting adopted soon. And out of all the things that I wanted to tell y'all, I just wanted to tell y'all that for some good news. For the 90s that care. And that are happy for me. That I'm chosen again. Unlike the people who tried to curse me as unlovable. And so much more. But we have to go. We'll be live again soon. That is pretending to be me. Allie Carter official. The real Allie Carter. You know, when you're really somebody, you don't have to say that shit. That's where we fucked up right there. But if you're following that account, if you know of that account, please report and unfollow that account, because it's not me. There's also a Twitter account under the real Ali Carter that is now putting up things. I think I know this is a trafficker behind this account, and soon they're going to be doing some very wild things. It's not me. I'm telling you that right now. It's not me. There's somebody who can vouch for me and my mom every second of every day. There's a receipt always somewhere to where we are and what we're doing. God forbid somebody tries to do something and say that we're somewhere else. AI is getting out of control, as y'all can see. So if you are on that Ali Carter official, the real Ali Carter account, that's not me. That's a trafficker trying to trap you.
Damn.
Before Married America, Amy was struggling financially as a single parent. She worked as a truck operator.
So I hope you didn't give them any information, because I've said it several times. The admin has said it several times. I'm no longer on TikTok. So, what? Your hands dirty? His hands are. He said his hands are not always that dirty. We just finished moving. It's okay. They'll still love you. Well, some won't, but some won't. They won't. They won't at all. You'll get used to it. Welcome to the family, Dad. No, half of the world won't like you just as much as they won't like us. They'll call you Hitler, a Nazi, a trafficker, a handler, all that.
I am German.
You are German?
Yes.
Okay, he's German. That's admitting classified information.
I don't care.
Dad.
I don't care.
You don't care? Okay, welcome to the family. That's all I gotta say. You heard him. He said he didn't care. You signed papers.
Yes.
You can't take it back. There's no give backsies. Anything else? No? We are not suicidal. There will be no car accidents or accidental car accidents. There will be no overdoses. We are not carrying anything in this car that cannot be accounted for. We are not carrying any weapons. We are not homicidal. Well, we're not. God has to do that. What else? What else do they usually do? We won't go paddleboarding soon. If we do, we know to stand up. And the board is tied to our legs, so we do know that we can float or stand up on the shallow end. What else do I need to tell y'all that you guys already need
Start
to
finding out who is related and who affiliates with the Black Panthers. Start doing the math on how many missing kids have been in the last 100 days in the United States. Start doing a little bit of digging on your authority.
We'll be releasing more of the affidavits soon. We'll be releasing more insurance soon. Insurance holders, can you wait for drop 97? Can you get that ready, please? What?
They need to dig on the outlaws.
They need to what?
Dig on the outlaws.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Dig on the outlaws.
I didn't hear you, Dad. What'd you say?
La Ronda, Rochelle, outlaw.
What's that?
Tupac. What does he have on his forearm?
I'm sorry. Who'd you say the first secretion was? The secretion?
La Ronda.
Oh.
La Ronda. La Ronda.
And I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. That does need an investigation, right?
But wasn't
I
that
didn't say it. You said it. Because I never said that name ever.
Marquisio guy.
Do you notice that, Dad?
Yeah, I know.
Did you notice that I had never said that name? You notice they told on themselves. Did you see that?
And all of a sudden they gave Shelly Rochelle's middle name. Loranda's middle name. How did that work?
How did that work? I don't know.
And people believe it.
It was sad.
Yeah,
it was sad.
They didn't need to do the
Not
research
at one time
on
did they
mom.
question the investigations, the CPS reports, the police reports, so many evidence.
But
Not at one point. I'm sorry, excuse us. We're just talking real quick. I'm just talking to my dad.
They want to point the finger at your birth certificate saying that it's forged.
How is that forged? Can't you find that out? I mean, I put that out there. We gave it.
The B team or whatever, the Beam team, whatever.
Yeah,
They're the research kings. Can't do a dollar.
Clowns. The thing is I think those fools were wearing 99-cent crowns. I think they got them from Burger King. It's really a disrespect to real crowns. I think somebody was mad at me for wearing costumes, but this is a grown man wearing a crown, paper crown.
Did his prison term from beating a woman.
Well,
so,
I mean, the woman that he is, the woman that he is with, that I thought of. Excuse me, I'm just talking to my dad.
Yeah.
Excuse us. The woman that
Tupac, it's father-daughter bonding.
This is what it really looks like.
Yeah.
So Let me hear. Give me this. I just want to talk to you for a second.
My hand's dirty.
Your hand's dirty. It's almost looking.
No,
you're
me and Shelly are not dating.
It's almost close. Oh.
No,
let me. Excuse me. Hold on. Excuse me. We'll continue our conversation in just a second. Wait. Because
I got visitation.
Wait. Because first of all, that lady, before you finish, because I got to talk to them. Before you, that lady that was dating the clown, or with the clown, or got beat. Or should be because the clown, and then he served a prison sentence, and then he was talking about us. Now I know of the fact that I heard that she works with special needs children.
Oh, wow.
The same one that doxed people's children works with special needs children. I wonder, do those people know that?
I don't think they can put two and two together.
I don't know if those people know that. Do you think those people know that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, hold on one second. I just want to let y'all know that they are not dating. My mom would rather stab her eyes out with a spoon. No shade to those who are married. No shade to the real power couples that stand strong. My faith is being restored, that love is real and real men exist. So no shade to y'all, okay? All respect. But my mom, that's just not her jam. No, she's not gay, and no, she just don't want a man. And no, she just don't want that problem. She just wants to be left alone. She wants her dogs. That's what she wants, okay? She would rather stab her eyes out with a spoon. A dull one, okay?
Need a talking head video but don't want to get on camera? Here's how to generate one in under 5 minutes without gear, lighting, or filming anything. You type in a script, choose an actor, and Mirage Studio generates a clean, expressive video. This isn't for cinematic work, but for ads, product demos, explainer videos, and landing pages. It's fast, and it scales. You get 90% of the impact without 90% of the production for marketers, founders, or anyone scaling content without a production team. Mirage Studio, built for scale.
I had actually never built a website before, but Fiverr had exactly what I needed. For us to go from idea to market in 3 months was unheard of, and we could not have done it without Fiverr freelancers. Go to Fiverr.com and start scaling your business.
This was our decision. Hold on, let me talk to you. Dad?
Yes.
I love
you too.
I love when I love when I say it and it actually means something, and I don't get freaked out. Okay.
And yes, she gets grounded.
Don't start.
Okay.
I still got attitude. What was I?
We were talking.
We covered that you guys are not dating.
Yes.
Okay, that's not a thing.
No, it's not.
Before it starts.
It's still gonna go because people just like to do their own little thing.
Yeah, it's the internet.
Little tangents, yeah.
It's the internet.
Just looking for clout, sitting in their mommy and daddy's basement, just typing away. Not happy with their lives, so they gotta make other people's lives miserable. Right. But it's okay. We stay focused on God, and we have our plan. We're gonna go get the children right now. So yeah, Marquisio, it's about the children. You dumb fuck.
Okay. So, we had more, but in case you guys ever want to just sit here, well, me and my parents have a conversation. My parents! I have 2 of them. Y'all do see that life exists, right? If you're a survivor and you're watching this and you're like, I would be pissed at me too. There's so many people that are pissed at me because I'm just like, I just wanted peace and I just wanted to be free. I had to make a decision. So I just want you to know that I had to make a very hard decision to leave, to start moving, in order to be sitting right here. Thank you to the family that I have now. That not only do I have parents, 2 parents now, a mom that loves me and will fight like hell for me. What mom do you know bugs at an occult? An attorney general. We are fighting and tug-of-warring with the government. Do y'all realize that, right? We're not influencers. You don't need an influencer to be influenced to do the right thing. That's ridiculous. We're nobody special. We're just not going to stop screaming about it. And we're not going to shut up about it. This is our life. Right? But I'm alive because I got to start again and I was chosen.
Did you hear that? Chosen.
Chosen. Let me say it one more time. You want to do it together? 1, 2. Chosen. With the world. Ready? On everybody. 1, 2, 3. Chosen. Yes. Ooh, I felt that. Chosen. Not only do I have 2 parents now, I have aunties, uncles, chosen grandparents, chosen sisters, the men in my life, chosen brothers. Y'all on here, I know I was just in the private chat. Yes, that's me making a private chat. So if you've been invited and you're like, that's not real, it's actually me. We're about to do another private chat in there. I've been handing out documents, just giving them out like candy. I don't want to have to do it. I don't want the insurance holders to have to do too much when we're dead. So I thought we could just start doing it while I'm alive. Screw it, right? Programming is broken. Programming is broken. Yes. Things, you can start again. All jokes aside, you can start again. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy at all. I will never lie to you and be like, oh, it's going to be fine. No, it's going to be hard. But you can start over. Something is possible. You just got to make a choice, okay? This army is not just for us. So thank you to all of you who have seen us from day one. Thank you to all of us who knew the truth since day one and who have stood by us. Thank you to those who have prayed for us, stayed up for us, sent positive vibes. Because I know a lot of people don't believe in Jesus. That's fine. I didn't believe in him at first either. Okay, but now I know that he's real. I know that he's my real Savior. Lord Jesus Christ is my Savior. The Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not the many other gods that we're talking about. No, I'm talking about the Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Okay. Let's just start. We finna be on this
But I also know
motherfucker
that
for how
people don't know
long?
who he is. And I have a relationship, I don't have a religion. Big difference. Jesus is my friend. Not only that, he's my father, my first father. Yeah. So I'm not trying to preach at you, but we are about to pray before we head out of here. If you don't want to pray, that's not your jam, but you were here to talk about the truth of the children. Thank you for sharing, spreading the message, and continuing the fight. Ask the questions, demand the answers. As much as people demand stuff from me, why aren't you demanding it from your
everything that you do? Okay, never stop. Okay, speak for the kids. Always, always, always. You walking in your truth. You're doing everything that you need to do. Okay. There's people out there that hide that shit and cover that shit up like it never happened. Okay, they wish they had the guts that you have. Okay, keep walking in the alley. Now, I just want to start off with that video because we are talking about the Diddy trial, and a lot of people saying, "Where Allie? Allie's not showing her face. Something happened. She's missing." Yada yada. This. Well, Allie she came out. She spoke for herself, and she said everything that she needed to say. A lot of shit I was fucking surprised at. Okay. So if you missed it, you're gonna have to go back and watch that shit, okay? That's all I can say. Anyway, moving on. Big Gene speaks.
Generate meaning notes with AI that gets your business.
And had a baby mama with a famous rapper. Who y'all think that is? Who y'all think that is? Okay.
I gotta ask you, we can't say her name or the rapper name, but I gotta ask you about this woman that testified against Puffy and her baby daddy is a rapper.
Man, I was there for the testimony, so I gotta know about it. But the whole thing about it is, brother, I give somebody $50 to tell me who that person is. You get it? I give somebody $50 if they tell me who that person is she was talking about, that her boyfriend is a millionaire and a musician in the whole 9 yards. I wish I knew who that was. You know what I'm saying? I'll run all the way to Queens from Manhattan if I could figure out who the person that she was talking about. But let me just tell you her story. You understand what I'm saying? And it was gross. It was crazy, bro. How he she did some diabolical shit by acting like he loved her, he wanted to be with her, to some men do. I can't be mad at him for that. You understand? But to take her away and play on her mind, brother. It was crazy how he did it and turned her into a freak off queen. Whereas that she was talking about doing all-star freak offs with him. You understand? And was only giving her $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month. Now she's talking about she got a millionaire boyfriend, not a boyfriend. Her baby daddy is a millionaire and a former, a rapper, a CEO, the whole 9 yards. I'm looking like, so if she getting money from him, she got to be getting child support. And if she getting child support, bruh, you understand, from a millionaire, it's got to be enough money to do something.
Yeah, she getting a lot of money.
It may not be enough money to do nothing, but it's got to be enough money to do something.
Yep.
I'm looking at this, so I'm hearing her story because she's trying to convince us she was doing this only for her son. She wanted a house for her son. She wanted her son in a good position. But if I was the baby daddy and I had half the sense of a dollar, I wouldn't have never ever let my son kiss her ever again. Some of the stuff that she was doing and these all-star freak-offs, bro. Now, mentally, I know she's a victim too. You understand? With the drugs, but when you hear her testimony, it's like she was in love and still in love with dude. Even though she was doing shit that she didn't want to do. She was talking about how sick she was. How he wouldn't allow her to use condoms. Yo, it was crazy. Now, people got to understand, because I hear a lot of people on the internet talking about like her baby father, like he was mad and upset or something like that. He already knew about all this stuff.
Struggling to keep up with your TikTok shop competitors? Introducing FastMoss, your all-in-one.
He knew about this stuff because he was on stage talking about it way before she testified, way before Diddy got
did. 50 already
locked up for it.
50 can't stand Diddy either. Let's not forget.
Talk about, you got a baby mama that's out here doing freak offs. He knew about the stuff. But people can't understand. People got to understand.
What about Young Miami?
These guys give these girls enough money to do something. Just say, for instance, if old boy was giving her $5,000 or $7,000 a month, you take $2,000 of that and get you in a nice place to live, a nice house somewhere. You understand? You take another $500 and put down on a car that you could drive to work and go back and forth. It don't take $1,000 a month to feed nobody. You understand? To feed nobody. It don't take another $1,000 to clothe somebody, because you ain't gonna buy clothes every month for a kid. And you know his father still is gonna be taken care of because he was with his father a whole lot of times too. These girls wanted money so they don't have to do nothing. But the baby daddy was giving her enough money for she could do something, but she wanted that extra freak off money. She had to want it, bruh. Because why would you stoop so low to bring yourself down like that? She had an option. Her friend was making, she was talking about her friends was making a couple of $1 million doing, what's that other stuff on internet where?
OnlyFans?
The OnlyFans, yeah, thank you. Her friends was doing OnlyFans, making $2 million. She could have did OnlyFans and made hundreds of thousands of dollars. She chose not to do that to bring old boy Freak Toy. And then it seemed like she was allegedly picking up drugs for him too.
Yep, from Ray J allegedly.
She was still dealing with old boy all the way up until the time he got arrested. That's how he had her mind, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. Now, she's telling her story, but she never mentioned like Cassie did about the diseases and everything that she had. She just said how sick she was because he was doing sick stuff with her. Man, this is crazy, bro. I can't even talk. I don't even want to talk about it, bro. I know it's an interview, but I don't even want to talk about it. It was sick. It's like, how you have another man ejaculate on a woman and you rub your body all up against that and then lick her with all the stuff on her, bro. That shit is crazy, bro.
That man.
Dude is, I don't know what you want to call him, man.
Sick.
Yo.
What you want to call his ass?
R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Weinstein, ain't nobody got nothing on dude.
Yeah, he's sick.
Nothing, dog. It's perverted and it's nasty to hear some of these testimonies that are going on. And that's real talk, bro. That's real talk.
Yeah, Diddy a different breed,
That's
man.
when they don't.
A different breed, bro. Oh, you said he's a different breed? My man. I don't know what breed that could be, bro. I've never ever heard something, yo, and you know we all grow up looking at some porn and all this like that. I've never ever heard that or seen that in no porn movie that a dude is doing that type of stuff,
Yeah, that's
bro.
weird, bro.
Nah, man.
That's sick.
Nah. That shit is beyond gross, bro.
Why he don't be talking about the Mama Mac?
Some of the stuff that you hear in that courtroom is beyond gross.
And what you mean by that when you say all-star freak-off?
The all-star freak-off is when that she was going to get 2 or 3 of the top male strippers and bring them in, and she was going to have them do her back to back to back to back because that's what he liked. So that's how she wanted to please him. The all-star freak-off is like tag team, WrestleMania. They all get a chance to jump in on that. But you're gonna have some of these guys out here, some of these rappers, still gonna wanna be with her, still gonna wanna see her because she got a fat ass and a pretty face.
Do you think Diddy was only messing around with her because of who her baby daddy was?
Well, I think that he probably developed a relationship with her first because of that. Because he knew who dude was. And he knew dude had a kid with her. He even offered to take dude shopping before. So he knew who dude was. You understand what I'm saying? And I know how he is. I seen him do Sarah Chapman like that too. She was with a basketball player, and the only reason she dealt with him is because she once was with Pac. She was with a basketball player, and he made a bet that he was going to get her. He probably had to make a bet about this chick because it seemed like she wanted him in the first place because she was telling how he was dating her girlfriend first. And I think her girlfriend probably got married or something like that. And she started dating him.
And you talking about Gary Payton, right?
Yes, sir. I don't want to say his name, bro. You know what I mean?
So tickets online, never in the streets.
All right, now we got Judge Joe Brown giving his topic to give us something to say on the track. Let's listen to Judge Joe Brown. He got something to say about the Diddy Trial.
Sell tickets online, never in the streets. Easiest way to make money.
BBD or BBC.
Hold on.
I heard sex, drugs, and BBD or BBC. But, you know, we had a sexual revolution going on then where girls would walk around college campuses see-through with no pockets and no bra. See everything.
Wow.
We had the sexual revolution where girls would show up at parties to get high, get the drugs, get the whiskey, get the wine, and screw somebody in the off upstairs bedroom, screw several somebodies because it was an adventure. So you see people that purportedly were in that era. And if you were a grown man, young grown man, then...
Oh, hell no. I know he just didn't say what I think he just fucking said. Hold on, I'm going to rewind that back. Y'all tell me, did y'all hear the same thing I just heard this man say? Listen.
That purportedly were in that era. And if you were a grown man, young grown man, then, and you saw what it looked like, you'd say, wow, that was what they were there for.
Mm-hmm.
So what are they complaining about? Well, I don't like to see women abused, but I mean, nobody's talking about that. They're just talking about remorse from trying to jumpstart something by getting connected. And once they got the connection, they couldn't make it happen. Now, where my show was at KTLA Channel 5. That's where they shot it. Also Judge Judy and Maybelline Ephraim for
we remember that
divorce court. She was shot on the same lot. And it used to be the Warner Brothers studio before it became the TV studio. It's right at Van Ness and Sunset Boulevard. Now, they renovated the offices for my show. We called it the Plantation because it looked like that. So when they tore the sheetrock down, we discovered these steps that went down.
Hold the fuck up. No, you just didn't say that y'all named the show and called it, or what? And you called it the Plantation.
When they tore the sheetrock down, we discovered these steps that went down to some underground passageways. And it was fascinating walking through them because they had diagrams.
Look at that shit. You see how he explained that shit? Like he just it was fascinating walking through them. Yeah, because you're a part of that same brotherhood. I'm glad, Judge Joe Brown, that you telling it all. Because I still remember that interview that you gave with Dane Calloway. Dane Calloway had your ass scared. He was really pulling all your cards out, bro. He really was exposing your ass. So we already know what you're a part of, bro. So you just dropping the beans at this point.
And the person that had this office where the executive producer occupied for my show, Cecil B. DeMille, who had been the big man for Warner Brothers way back when, they were maps and diagrams so that he could go underground and up some stairs to these bungalows that used to be at the top of the stairs, go in through them so nobody could see them. And they had all of these starlets were there so he could do casting couch stuff. Nowadays, that's very unpopular to do the casting couch thing, but 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 45 years ago, it was not unusual.
Wait a minute. Hold the fuck up. He just exposed some shit in Hollywood. So they got secret tunnels and underground layers that leads to fucking cast couches in that place. That's fucking beyond. So all these people that y'all be seeing getting these roles in these movies and shit, they gotta do a casting couch before they even get. Oh fuck. Oh no. Oh fuck. Hollywood.
Now
Brown just exposing it.
They still do casting couch, but it's not heterosexual anymore.
See?
Can you explain exactly what the casting couch is for the people who don't know?
Well, that's when you try to jumpstart a questionable career, not with talent, but by
gotcha.
We'll make an exchange.
You wonder why Halle Berry
the part,
you
know.
Right. Hey, don't get mad at me.
You know that I did have a few other questions, in particular to some of our soul queen.
They said Halle Berry been on that casting couch a lot. Same with Taraji. Y'all want to get mad at me though? Don't get mad at me. I heard Tyler Perry got a casting couch. I heard a lot of them motherfuckers got a casting couch. Ooh-wee, just imagine all the people that you see in these roles and movies and shit. That make you think, don't it? Mm-hmm. Judge Joe Brown
in the industry. My first one is about Aretha Franklin. I think you probably had to hear about it.
It's going on now about
how they're trying to say the women are free and people are transgender. People are now offended or whatever the case may be.
Okay,
they do this to our legends.
The answer to that one. What are you and you? What am I and everybody else you see, except for very, very few unfortunates who came out of a test tube.
Great news, Spectrum Internet customers. Now you can try Spectrum Mobile risk-free for a full year at no cost to you. Bring your own device.
Right. Yeah.
A successful screw.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And to have a successful screw, you need a man and a woman. So I got born to a natural woman. You got born to a natural woman. You got born to a natural woman, and everybody else did, because they don't have machines for that these days. So we're supposed to throw natural women out and get upset with somebody singing it because we've got what amounts to the trans community. It's somewhere around 0.3% of the country's population. So because that little minuscule amount gets upset because they have some problems with themselves, that doesn't mean the rest of us have to get into that. That's their business.
Right.
Get your freak on in your bedroom the way you want to get your freak on, but the rest of us, we don't necessarily go with that flow. We're not riding with you.
Yeah, your bedroom, your business. My next question would be about Whitney Houston. I don't know if you've seen the Lifetime movie. Somebody had it on in my house today. My wife had it on in the house, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, the first 10 minutes was about Bobby Brown, and then the drug use, and then further on, it always seems as though when they highlight Whitney Houston, it's never about the good. We never get to hear about her greatness and how she grew up. And any of the good, it's always glamorizing what we all know and being the negative. But what's your thoughts if you've seen the movie from Lifetime?
I'm not going to see a movie like that.
Yeah.
And the other thing, too, well, I don't think it's exactly accurate to put the blame all on Bobby Brown's shoulder. After all, he was considerably younger than she was.
Mm-hmm.
And some others might have something to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
I had bodyguards and security, and some of them had been involved, and what they had to say was not necessarily what the mainstream media was saying. So everybody has to take responsibility for their own actions. And part of this thing is not just trying to tear her down. That's not what this group is doing. They're trying to show you that it's all right. In other words, if you want to go do this, okay. It's always advantageous when you get attracted into something and then you self-destruct. It means they don't have to worry about you. And getting into that means you don't create mischief by trying to do something effective.
Good. Definitely appreciate you, Judge Joe Brown, on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Once again, drop your businesses, your social media, anything else you want to say right now. The floor is open.
Well, yeah, I'm running for mayor of Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
Please visit jjb2023.com. That's Judge Joe Brown in 2023. Just take the initials, jjb2023.com, and see what we're up to, what our policies are about. Just put this in place. The election is in October this year. You can contribute because $1 for me is $1 for yourself.
Nobody voted for you.
Memphis, a vote out.
A vote for you is a vote for the institution, bro. Hell no, ain't nobody voting for you. We just want the information, bro. We already know who the fuck you tied to, bro. Ain't nobody voting for you, bro. But we appreciate the information that you're giving out. You know, it's real good tea that you dishing out, bro. You know, we flex with it. You know, we appreciate it, but ain't nobody voting for your ass.
Very open when it comes to me. In other words, I don't care whether
you might get it, whatever you're running for anyway, because you're a part of that brotherhood. Shit, Dane Calloway to expose that.
Like it. It's what you need to hear. It's what I've come to think.
Shouts out to Hip Hop Uncensored as well. Also, shouts out to the damn, which one I did before that? I'll find out what.
Half century of experience in dealing with this. That these are the ways to get solutions. These are the ways that you can find yourself. These are the ways that you can grow. And I'm trying to pass it on. Now, Memphis can become a mecca for this country, and we invite you to immigrate. Be legal now. We don't want any illegals, but if you're legal, come on through. JJB 2023, Shin Brown downtown. Take back your.
So JJB 2023, since you in Memphis, you know the shit that's going on with Elon doing in Memphis. Why you ain't saying JJB 2023? Did you get a cut out of that Elon Musk check too? JJB 2023, because there's some shit going on in Memphis, and they say ever since Elon opened up his shit when he was trying to build the one world biggest battery or whatever the fuck that shit was, shit's been fucking up the air, the pollution and everything. So why you ain't speaking on that, JJB 2023? This is why I say ain't nobody gonna vote for your ass. We see right through you, bro. You ain't shit but propaganda. You come with a little bit of truth. We just appreciate the truth that you give. Because in reality, you be telling on yourself, you another Ray J. You ain't no different. You just the older one.
It belongs to you. Now, there's another JJB. JJB. BBQ. Judge Joe Brown Barbecue. JJBBBQ.com.
Here we go. Nigga advertising for itself. It's always a hustle with these motherfuckers. They'll sell you a little bit of truth, the shit that they want to hear, to try to cover their ass so they ain't like they ain't want a part of it, and then they want to advertise so they can reel you in. Yeah, come to my shit, come to my platform, get the best barbecue in town, all of this, and we advertising. That's why
we are on the
That's why he say go to his website, and I bet you, if you go to his website, it's gonna be some shit that he trying to sell you. Think I'm lying? Say I'm fucking lying. It's all propaganda. That's how they move.
Quite a few hundred places out in California, and we're expanding back east and south. And you can go on JJBBBQ.com and order yourself something. I would suggest the 3-pack because it's most economical when it comes to shipping.
You can't make this shit up.
We
You
have
can't make this shit
spices,
up, man.
barbecue sauce, and other products, chicken links, spicy and mild, smoked and unsmoked. And
We
they're
got
packed
gumbo
by the
shrimp.
only black-owned
Gumbo shrimp. Oh, here he go. And he finna sell it too. And guess what else? Everything is black owned. And the whole time he probably got Mexicans that's making the orders and doing the shit. Everything is black owned. You will taste the best seasonings you ever had in your life. All you gotta do is go to JJB 2023 barbecue. Fuck is you talking about?
USDA certified packing plant in California.
I'm fucking done. You cannot make this shit up, man. Oh man, this nigga said JJB.
And there's a sister that runs that. If you want to take the stuff and you live in LA, go down into Hood on 79th and Western.
Oh, man.
And there's a place on that corner called D's, as in Delta, Original Takeout Grill. That's Chef Damon.
Ain't nobody coming to see your ass get no food that you recommend in the hood, nigga. What? JJB. Okay, that's enough. I'm done. All I'm doing is roasting poor Judge Joe Brown. Let me just stop that. Okay, I thought he had information. Yo, he did have a little information, but hey. Y'all, when I see videos, I just be seeing shit, so I just save it for what the one with Tissa Tales? Because I want Tissa Tales to explain what went on in the Diddy Trial. Don't nobody talk about these trials and explain shit that goes on like Tissa Tales, okay? Tissa Tales the whole shit back. She let it out.
Coupon Club is the way to go. My morning routine is I check it every morning to see who's on active.
All you other hating ass,
At your legacy, they laughing at a black man's legacy.
Hold up, let me speak my piece. And all you
Coupon Club is the way to go.
Nigga, you keep interrupting me, bro. All you other YouTubers that's hating on what Tissa Tales is doing, keep on hating. And it's mostly men, it ain't even the females.
My morning routine is I check it every morning to see on active.
How you gonna be a male on YouTube?
Production.
You a whole man on YouTube and you hating on a woman. Down in a woman, talking about a woman. That's all you do. All your content is dragging off women. But you want women to support you. You a fake ass nigga, fake ass donut. You a fake ass. Shit, we know how y'all get down in Hollywood, and you said it yourself. You've been to them. Yeah, I'm talking to you, nigga, because I know you scope and watch my shit. I know who be on my shit. I ain't slow. Y'all motherfuckers always be watching my shit. I be seeing big content creators try to come on my shit and steal my shit. But it's okay. I know who you are, motherfucker. Just know that.
See me, y'all, the
And just like you watching me and
prosecution is not.
And we're gonna listen to Tissa Tales tells it all. I don't want to hear nobody else speak on Diddy Trial because I don't trust their word other than Tissa Tales. Because I know to a Tissa Tales, at least I'm getting true information. I'm not getting no Diddy bopper ass kissing ass person. And that's facts. So let's listen to Tissa Tales.
Playing. We haven't even gotten to the first witness who is going to be Eddie Garcia, who is going to be proven the RICO, okay? We haven't even gotten to that. I was just in the courtroom, and when I say this scene was out of control, they were violently dragged out of court, and literally was screaming, James! Come. James was there and he saw it. James, come say, were you in the court what just happened? I'm going to give y'all, wait, hold on. I'm going to give y'all the dramatic reinterpretation in a second, but James.
Are you going to do your voice? Because you know your voice is iconic.
But listen,
okay,
James,
but it was scary. So listen, so the lady was there and she said, she was like, you know, they're making fun of your name. It's not a joke.
You laughing at a black man's legacy. They laughing at your legacy. he did it. And I was like,
she said, listen, I'm ready. I dare you. And it took like
She
3 guards to restrain
4
her.
guards, and they was like, and then she
And they
said,
still had
she
trouble.
screamed,
They
pull
still had
your,
trouble.
yeah, she screamed, pull your gun out, ninja. When they said that, because it was happening right behind my back, I got up and tiptoed 4 steps over and turned around.
It was a lot.
Literally.
It was a lot, Tisa.
Yeah.
It was definitely
It
a
was
lot.
a lot. And this was a Diddy supporter. I know Diddy was sitting there like, oh my God,
But
why
he
are you
turned
doing
around
that?
and you could see that his eyes were kind of almost beckoning to hers.
Isn't that weird?
It was so strange.
Isn't that weird?
It was so strange.
No, when you say beckoning, like to me, it looked like he was even maybe low-key enjoying it, encouraging.
Thanking
Yes,
her.
thanking, yeah.
I don't want to put words in his mouth, but
Of course
it
not.
did feel
It
that
sounds nice,
way.
but go on.
Thank you,
Keep going.
Latino.
Okay.
But it did feel like he was almost kind of thanking her. And that made me feel kind of like nervous because
Today I'm going to make a beat for NBA Youngboy. We're going to Output's new plugin co-producer, play your beat. It's going to analyze it. You put in the key, G minor, and then describe what we want. Funky electric organ. And based off your audio, it's going to give you samples that fit perfectly with it. Absolute lifesaver. Let's take a listen to some. Yes, drag it in. When you
like, what was her mission?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What was her mission?
And evidently, this has not been the first time that she's been kicked out of this courtroom.
Yeah, but this was the first time she ever did anything like that. Like, it was a lie. It was a lie.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but it was weird the way that Diddy, like, low-key.
Domestic violence. I think their best avenue.
Life. I'm here to tell you today he will be convicted on a RICO charge.
Okay, this appears Morgan.
In a moment, we'll debate that with our expert panel. First, with the very latest, is Jesse Weber, the attorney, law and crime network anchor and News Nation contributor. Jesse, good to talk to you again. You are an expert in all things ongoing with this trial. Where are we, do you think, with it? And what have been the most significant developments in the last few days?
So, Piers, I would say the last time I spoke to you, I said I wasn't sure whether or not the prosecution was going to be able to prove racketeering or sex trafficking. I think they have gone above and beyond that. I mean, let's just even talk about what happened yesterday. So, in order to prove racketeering, this criminal enterprise that Sean Combs led, prosecutors have to say there was a pattern of criminal activity, and they have to prove at least 2 underlying crimes. There's kidnapping, there's forced labor, there's arson, there's sex trafficking, bribery. Yesterday, Eddie Garcia, a former security officer at the Intercontinental Hotel where Sean Combs appeared to beat Cassandra Ventura on tape, which in and of itself is important evidence for sex trafficking, says that Combs paid him $100,000 for the footage. And it was interesting because before he took the stand, he wanted to plead the fifth, a right against self-incrimination. He was granted immunity. And I said, why would he want that? Well, not only does he say he takes the money and then splits it with 2 others, he didn't report it on his taxes, didn't put it in a bank account, allegedly lied to investigators in June of 2024. This is not somebody who has anything to gain by testifying, and clearly added a bit of credibility. So if the prosecution is looking at proving bribery for racketeering,
They already got it.
It seems like they got it. Last week, Kid Cudi, or the week before, Kid Cudi testified about his car being blown up by Sean Combs. That's arson. An assistant testified that she was kidnapped by Sean Combs at gunpoint. That's kidnapping. Cassie Ventura, that was all about the sex trafficking counts. And I think the prosecution is really selling the idea not only that Sean Combs was essentially this mafia figure, but that he was using the company's resources and his staff to facilitate and cover up a pattern of crimes. They have been very deliberate in every witness that they've called.
Is Sean Combs likely to testify?
No. Let me tell you this. First of all, we all know that him taking the stand and being subjected to cross-examination by the prosecutors is going to be quite problematic for him. But you also have to wonder what his judgment is. Look, in the United States, it's his decision and his decision alone to testify. But he's the same guy who thought it was a good idea 2 days after CNN published that footage of him back in 2016 to release an Instagram video apologizing for it. So he basically forfeited any right to say that that video wasn't him or it was manipulated. He admitted it. So if that's the judgment of this criminal defendant, I don't think him getting on the stand will do any good. Even though the defense has been saying this is all domestic violence, I think their best avenue is to strike at the credibility of these witnesses. They've been doing a very good job at that and trying to say, even if this is a violent series of episodes, it's not sex trafficking, it's not racketeering, it doesn't meet those elements. Those are where they need to go. That's where they need to go.
And in relation to Cassie Ventura's testimony, a lot of debate about, so Bill Maher did a big piece about this, and I interviewed the Punisher who came forward, and he certainly was of the belief that what was going on was very consensual. And in fact, Cassie Ventura had been the one that liaised with him over payment and times and locations and so on. This all goes to this general argument of whether she was coerced by Sean Combs. Where's that argument now, do you think? I mean, has the prosecution won that debate, do you think, in the eyes of the jury, that it's been...
Even if she was coerced, it doesn't fucking matter. It's not going to make it like it's going to change everything for him. He's fucking cooked.
Established it was coercion, or is there wriggle room there for Sean Combs?
Can you please just hear me out? No, all work management platforms are the same.
Monday.com
is the one you'll actually love to use.
No, it definitely hasn't been decided, and it's difficult to know what the jury might be thinking, but they have been doing an exceptional job at raising that in cross-examination of Cassie and also Mia. So Mia was a former assistant who says that Sean Combs sexually assaulted her multiple times, and yet they confronted her with many social media posts and text messages where she's praising Sean Combs, that she even wanted to work for him. There were messages with Cassie where she was appearing to set up these freak-offs and encouraging these freak-offs. But then you remember...
Yeah, but that doesn't fucking help. If they was he could have been the one telling them. Said that nigga's a weird man like that.
The testimony of Dr. Dawn Hughes, a forensic psychologist, who said this is a lot more complicated. It may appear that victims are behaving in a way that's inconsistent with being abused, but not so fast. There's a lot of complicated issues of trauma bonding, financial control. Sometimes victims won't even recognize they are victims until years later with trauma. So it's not an easy analysis. It's not an easy discussion. But I will tell you, his defense team, which are doing a fantastic job, they're great lawyers, they're raising that kind of reasonable doubt because they are saying everything was consensual. They were willing participants. It may have been ugly. It may have been different. He may have been violent. It may have been...
That's fucking sick. I don't even want to hear that shit. If you can agree with that, tell me what's wrong with you in your fucking head.
A woman he may be with.
So there are two things to that, right? The jurors are human beings, and there's always been an argument, no matter what evidence is presented to them, are they going to convict him because after 8 weeks, they really, really don't like this guy and they want to punish him some way. They're not supposed to do that. The other way of looking at it, and I was thinking about it today, we're about to hear the testimony of Jane. So Jane is alleged victim number 2.
And Jane told everything. So I hope you don't think, because this is old, I hope you didn't think that Jane was going to come to the rescue for Diddy, because she didn't. She told on that nigga. She actually said shit that we didn't even know. So Jane really sealed it. If Jane is what they was hoping on, then Jane fucked it up.
She makes up her own individual sex trafficking count. She
It's really
a racketeering charge. I went back to the opening statement, and they basically say that Sean Combs was violent with her on multiple episodes. I said, how do we know if that's true? You go back to the 2016 video. That 2016 video arguably corroborates every one of these alleged violent episodes that you've been hearing from staff, from alleged victims, from Cassie. That's the power of that video. I said it to you before, I'll say it to you again. You know, when Cassie Ventura came out with her lawsuit and these allegations that blew all of our minds, we said, how do we know if this is true?
They knew that was going to get that nigga, that video. And then with all the testimonies too, what more evidence do you fucking need?
true. Everything changed.
Text messages and shit, they got receipts. Y'all saw the shit with Kid Cudi. They had photos and some more shit. So they got the shit that they need to cook this man. It's over with.
When CNN published that video, because we saw Sean Combs in a light that we had never seen before. And honestly, during the course of this trial, what we're learning, these allegations, if they're true, this is definitely a different guy than we all knew him in the public.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot like I will every time.
Okay, I got to pause this, y'all, because I've been on this motherfucker too long, so I got to go. If you're tuning in, be sure to hit the like, comment, subscribe, follow me on YouTube. It's at MrMaskTV. Follow me on Twitter. I said Twitter. On Twitch, MrMaskTV 00. Okay. Follow me on Rumble, MrMaskTV, all that and more. Okay. I ain't gotta go, but I gotta get out of here. You feel me? So intro on the way out.
Welcome to the show, it's MrMaskTV. Serving all the drama just the way it should be. Stars and news making headlines daily. Turn up the volume, let's span it through globally. Entertainment drama, it's all in.